In today's What If episode, Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's makes its crossover appearance with Digimon's trading card game. Here, 10 characters will be selected and given a deck of some sort throughout the Digimon trading card game. Without further ado, Riding Duel Acceleration! Number 10. Rex Goodwin. Rex Goodwin was the first antagonist of the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D series, and though his deck focused on summoning his Earthbound Immortal, whose name even I can't pronounce, one of the main focuses of his deck was summoning the Sun Dragon and Moon Dragon in the play of Night and Day. Though not released in the English meta yet, Grace Novamon feels like a fitting theme for this character, considering the Sun and Moon motifs. Number 9. Antonome. Antonome was later introduced in the series, starting as an ally and helping Yusei learn about the XL Synchro. However, later he would remember who and what he was supposed to do, and that resulted in him dueling Yusei before a black hole. Needless to say, this character with his rapid summoning of Tech Genus monsters and his ace, the Tech Genus Halberd Cannon, made me think of Merva Cross for the fact that you spam monsters, and the Halberd Cannon's weapon felt similar to Mervamon herself. Number 8. Colin Kessler. Colin was originally the Dark Signer in the early season of 5D's. Though his ace monster would change, his strategy would not. The handless combo strat has only one direction in my mind if Colin were to play Digimon, and that is Belphemon. Belphemon players want to reduce their hand size as much as possible to utilize Rage Mode to the fullest, and Colin would too. Number 7. Hilariously, children don't have last names in this series. Leo, or Lua in the Japanese version of the show, had the mechanized power tool dragon for his ace monster, before it was later revealed that he was the hidden heart of the Crimson Dragon in the form of Lifestream Dragon. Though a majority of his deck is machines, I really didn't want to go back to the Machine Dramon Chaos Dramon route. Instead, I felt that Lua would feature Metallic Dramon. The Dragon Link deck features numerous types of dragons, and with the fact that some are more biological while others are more machine in appearance, this deck felt like it made the most sense. Number 6. While Lua would be playing Dragon Links, Luna on the other hand would most likely have a boss dragon monster in the form of Magnadramon. The fairy-like features make it akin to an ancient fairy dragon. However, no deck typically plays this as the sole ace monster. Instead, Luna would likely play the 4 Great Dragons. Because of their holy nature in general and her connection to the spirits, this is the deck that seemed to make sense. Number 5. Akiza Izinski. Arguably my favorite female duelist of every Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. The hilarious thing about this character is that whether you play Bloomlord or Rosemon, the deck archetype is pretty spot on for Akiza. However, in regards to her dual dragon, I have selected 2 options. First up, it's Hydramon. This Digimon definitely exhibits a plant-like dragon, but in regards to effect, there is also Nidhoggmon from BT3 that was a competitive board wiper. Both are my top picks for the Black Rose Dragon. Number 4. Crow Hogan. Honestly, when Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D started airing, I would have to say Black Wings were one of my favorite decks to play. The deck revolved around synchro summoning and summoning themed birds out and swarming the board. And while I could do Phoenixmon again for the bird element, I think for the sake of speed and swarm capability, it's Hunters. Blackwings like birds of prey are also Hunters, and with Arrestadramon representing the Dark Blackwing Dragon himself, it all definitely comes together. Number 3. Zone. This character is the final villain of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's, and is a survivor of the Mechlord Emperor genocide. Zone is an interesting character. You have the Time Gods, and they all represent an attribute of the Tree of Life. In total, there are 10 and an 11th member that encompasses all of them. That being said, is there a deck that utilizes 10 or 11 members? Hilariously, only one Digimon embodies this theme, and that's Sephirothmon. But because there's no great standalone support for this Digimon, I'm going back to the same deck that I used for Maximilian Pegasus, King Drassel and the Royal Knights. After all, Zone's final form is kind of reminiscent of King Drassel. Number 2. Jack Atlas. Jack is introduced early on in the series as the king, but has left his life from Satellite behind him. But with his ace monster being the Red Dragon Archfiend, what realistically made sense? With an absolute power force that comes at you in the form of the Fist, Shine Greymon Ruin Mode was the logical choice. Style-wise, you were constantly attacking and not wavering in your offense. Still, I'd say Kaiba having the Burst Mode and Jack having the Ruin Mode makes a lot of sense. And finally, number 1, Yusei Futo. Our main character of the Yu-Gi-Oh series has a lot of different directions you could go. Crossheart exhibits multiple weak monsters that individually you might view as useless. Yusei takes these weak monsters early on and converts them into other monsters via synchro summoning. However, for the theme of this video, we know that Stardust Dragon continually gets synchro monster support. And there is one archetype that represents the Stardust family. Therefore, Yusei Futo would be playing Gamamon. Even the typing makes sense because Kana-Weissmon is a sky dragon, indicative of the wind attribute that Stardust has. But that's not all. The fact that Regulusmon exists and you have Malefic Stardust Dragon, there's a dark counterpart for the books. And with Shooting Quasar Dragon, Siriusmon is a light dragon. Too many of the pieces fit. Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's holds a very special place in my heart, because it aired at the same time of my freshman year of college. There were so many new strategies at that point that I really enjoyed the game and coming back for a little bit. But in general, which characters and their decks do you agree with? And which ones, not so much? Let me know, because next week I haven't decided what the next What If episode will cover. Maybe it'll be more in line with the new segment of what the Digimon trading card game is missing. Maybe how to buff existing colors. But whatever it may be, join me next time. This is DigiPanda, logging out.